We used to say, "I'll believe it when I see it." Now, in the age of AI, seeing is the easiest thing to fake. Right now, anyone with a laptop can generate a convincing video of a politician saying things they never said, or a public figure doing something they never did, in a matter of seconds. Not a movie studio, not a government lab, just anyone. At the same time, our feeds are full of fear, outrage, and emotional bait designed to keep us scrolling and fighting. Put those two together, synthetic reality plus fear, and you don't just get misinformation, you get control. Let's talk about how AI deepfakes and fear propaganda are teaming up to rewrite our sense of reality, and why that matters inside a simulation. First, deepfakes aren't science fiction anymore. AI models can clone a voice from a tiny sample, then make it say anything, in any tone with eerie accuracy. Faces can be swapped, expressions changed, entire speeches fabricated, all while looking like real video footage shot on a real camera. These aren't just funny face swap memes. Deepfakes have already been used to imitate leaders, influence voters, and create fake robocalls that told people not to vote. They've been used in scams, fake interviews, and political hit pieces that spread faster than any correction ever could. But here's the twist most people miss. The real danger of deepfakes isn't just that people will believe the fake. It's that people will stop believing the real. When you know videos can be faked, audio can be cloned, and images can be generated from nothing, a kind of numbness sets in. You start thinking, everything's edited anyway. You stop trusting evidence, stop trusting news, stop trusting your own eyes. And in that fog of doubt, whoever controls the narrative wins. Now add fear to the mix. Modern media runs on negative emotion because negative emotion keeps you engaged longer. Fear, anger, anxiety, moral outrage. Those are the emotions that get clicks, comments, and shares. Studies show that when people are afraid, they're more likely to pay attention to a message, more likely to remember it, and more likely to change their behavior. So your feed becomes a constant drip of crisis, disaster, violence, threats. Someone wants to destroy your way of life. Someone wants to take what's yours. In that state, stressed, overwhelmed, and hyper-vigilant, you're not calmly fact-checking sources. You're just trying to survive mentally. Your brain starts taking shortcuts. If this scares me and everyone is sharing it, it must be important. That is the perfect environment for AI-powered propaganda. Imagine a deepfake video pops up in your feed. It looks like your favorite leader admitting to a crime, or your least favorite politician saying something unforgivable. It's framed to hit your existing beliefs, your existing fears, right where they live. AI doesn't just generate one version. It can generate thousands of micro-tuned versions, each targeting a slightly different group, each angled to push a specific emotional button. One community gets a clip engineered to trigger anger. Another gets one engineered to trigger fear. Another gets one engineered to trigger loyalty or hate. This isn't broadcast propaganda. This is personalized propaganda. And it doesn't even have to be believable to be effective. All it has to do is plant doubt, stir emotion, and make you feel like the world is on fire. Over time, something deeper breaks. You stop believing in any shared reality at all. People retreat into echo chambers, only trusting the voices that already agree with them. Deepfakes can then be used inside those bubbles to reinforce whatever story that bubble already tells itself about who is good, who is evil, and who needs to be silenced. From a simulation perspective, this is genius. If you want to keep a population from noticing glitches in the code, don't waste energy fixing every glitch. Just flood their senses with so much noise, fear, and synthetic emotion that they stop looking closely at anything. A reality glitch happens. Someone catches a Mandela-style inconsistency, a contradiction, a timeline that doesn't quite line up. No problem, drown it in content. Generate 10 explainers, 20 fake debunk videos, 50 memes, and 1,000 comments mocking anyone who noticed. Now the glitch isn't a crack in the simulation. It's just conspiracy content. It's entertainment. Deepfakes and AI tools make that process scalable. They automate confusion. Meanwhile, social media algorithms quietly optimize for one thing: engagement. Not truth, not accuracy. Not your mental health, just what keeps you here the longest. It turns out fear, anger, and anxiety are great for that. So the simulation doesn't even need a human villain pulling every string. The code itself learns that the more distressed you are, the more profitable and predictable you become. This has psychological consequences. Constant uncertainty about what's real erodes trust in institutions, in journalism, and even in the people around you. You can't fully relax into belief, but you also can't fully escape the feed. That tension creates anxiety, mental fatigue, and a quiet kind of hopelessness, perfect conditions for passivity. A population that doesn't trust anything is a population that is very easy to control, not by convincing them of one big lie, but by convincing them that everything might be a lie. So what can you actually do about this? First, update the old rule. Don't say, "I'll believe it when I see it." Say, "I'll question it even when I see it." If a clip triggers a strong emotional reaction, rage, panic, disgust, that's your red flag. Pause. Ask, who benefits if I feel this way? Who uploaded this? Does any reputable source back it up? Has this been reported anywhere that has something to lose if they're lying? Second, diversify your input. If every piece of information you consume comes from algorithmic feeds tuned to your exact emotional profile, you are letting the simulation write your story for you. Step outside that loop. Check multiple outlets with different biases. Look for primary sources when you can. Talk to real people offline, in real time, about what they're seeing. Third, pay attention to how you feel when you use these platforms. If you log off feeling more anxious, more angry, more hopeless than when you logged on, that is not an accident. That is data for them and for you. You are not just a viewer. You are training the system with every click, every replay, every share. If you keep rewarding fear, bait, and synthetic outrage, the simulation will keep feeding it to you. And finally, remember this: the more our reality is mediated by AI and algorithms, the more valuable your direct, unfiltered experiences become. Conversations in person. Things you witness with your own eyes that aren't being recorded for content. Memories that live in your mind, not just on a server. That is where you can still catch the code slipping. If this video made you feel that tension, if part of you is thinking, "Okay, I knew deepfakes were a thing, but I didn't realize how deep this goes," then you are exactly who this channel is for. So here's what to do right now, before the algorithm buries this under another wave of outrage and distraction. Hit like, so this signal actually cuts through the noise instead of disappearing into it. Subscribe and turn on notifications, so you don't miss the next episode as we keep pulling at the threads in this simulated reality. And share this video with one person you know, the friend who sends you weird clips at 3 a.m., or the one who keeps saying, "Something about all of this doesn't feel right, but I can't explain why." Because in an age where AI can fake almost anything, the rarest thing left is someone who still questions what they're seeing. Keep your eyes on the seams of the simulation. That's where the truth still leaks out.